Welcome back. Every year, over 4,000 people lose their lives at these destinations. There is a place labeled as a death trap, with a 99% chance of no return, yet strangely countless people fight to visit it every day. What are these places? Why do they have such a deadly attraction? Let's join world's greatest as we discover the top 10 most dangerous tourist destinations in the world right now. Number 10. Hawaii Volcano Bike Tours. Standing on the edge of the world with boiling lava beneath your feet and a vast starry sky above. What kind of heart-pounding experience would that be? Since the disaster movie 2012 featured this location, Hawaii Volcanoes National Park has become globally famous. This is the largest active volcano on Earth, with a volume at least 3 times that of any other volcano. The complex consists of famous volcanoes like Mauna Loa Kilauea and Mauna Kea. Among them, Kilauea is one of the most active volcanoes in the world. More precisely, since 1983, it has never stopped erupting. Its crater looks like a giant cauldron with lava flowing over its surface like a wound of the earth torn open again. But instead of blood, it bleeds red-hot molten rock. The unique terrain allows tourists the chance to observe Kilauea's eruption up close. You will face the lava boiling from the Earth's core, meeting the seawater to create massive plumes of steam, like a dream. When the lava cools, it turns into hard rock, accumulating over time to form mountains and eventually islands. The Hawaiian archipelago was formed this way. This magnificent natural spectacle attracts over 1 million visitors annually. But you must understand that behind this grandeur lies constantly changing geological activity and unpredictable natural forces. For instance, in 1924, a violent eruption threw massive rocks into the surrounding area. The largest one weighed over 7 tons. Or in 1959, Kilauea shot lava 579 meters into the air, almost twice the height of the Eiffel Tower. Although recent eruptions seem relatively milder, the national park reported that between 1992 and 2002, there were 40 deaths and 45 serious injuries. In 2007, the park was forced to temporarily close the bicycle tour service because 3 people died in a single year. Scorching lava and volcanic gases are invisible killers. Therefore, exploring Hawaii is a thrilling adventure, but safety must always be the #1 rule. Number 9. Snake Island, Brazil. Snake Island. The name says it all. Statistics show there are about 7,000 islands with snakes worldwide, but Ilha da Queimada Grande in Brazil is the one that makes people tremble just hearing its name. Imagine this on this tiny island of only 0.43 square kilometers, over 4,000 golden lancehead vipers live. This means that theoretically, for every step you take, there is a venomous snake lurking within a 1-meter radius. Even more terrifying, the venom of the snakes on this island is 5 times stronger than their mainland relatives. Their venom contains potent neurotoxins capable of melting prey's muscles and tissues, causing kidney failure and instant necrosis. A bitten person could die within less than an hour without antivenom. But the danger lies not just in the venom, but in their size. They average only 80 centimeters in length, making them easy to miss in the bushes. 1 wrong step and you fall into a tragedy. 2. The history of this island is older than human civilization. It separated from the Brazilian mainland about 11,000 years ago due to rising sea levels, creating an isolated ecosystem where snakes became the apex predators. Rumor has it that pirates released snakes onto the island to protect buried treasure. According to records, the last humans to live on the island were a lighthouse keeper and his family in the 1920s. Legend says snakes slithered in through the windows and killed them all in one night. Today, Brazil strictly bans civilians from landing on the island. Only the Navy and licensed scientists dare to set foot on this forbidden ground to research the medicinal value of snake venom. For ordinary people, Snake Island should only be admired through pictures. Number 8. Nica Crystal Cave, Mexico. Deep in the Chihuahua Desert of Mexico hides the most magnificent treasure on Earth, the Nica Crystal Cave. Its majestic and mystical beauty compelled National Geographic to film a dedicated hour-long documentary just to showcase it. In 2000, a group of miners digging a tunnel accidentally discovered this underground world at a depth of 300 meters. The cave is about 9 meters wide and 27 meters long, but it is filled with gigantic gypsum crystals. Some crystals are up to 11 meters long and weigh 55 tons, jutting out like beams of light. Geologists believe there is no other place on Earth where the mineral world displays such splendor. People call it the Sistine Chapel of Crystals. However, the most beautiful place is also the most dangerous. The environment inside the cave is literally hell. The temperature reaches 57.8 degrees Celsius, 136 degrees Fahrenheit, with humidity between 90% and 99%. It is beautiful, but it will literally suffocate you. In this environment, sweat cannot evaporate to cool the body. Without a specialized cooling suit and oxygen tank, a normal person would die of heat stroke in minutes. Even fully equipped, you are only allowed to stay for a maximum of 45 minutes to avoid dehydration and stroke. Currently preserving this cave is a difficult puzzle. If resealed and flooded, the crystals will continue to grow, but we won't be able to see them. If left open, the outside environment will destroy this fairy tale beauty. If it were you, what would you choose? Number 7. Devil's Pool, Zambia. If the name Devil's Pool isn't scary enough, read the inscription on a nearby memorial plaque. He came for a visit, but stayed forever. That is a cold warning to the more than 20 explorers who lost their lives here. Located at the top of Victoria Falls in Zambia, Devil's Pool is dubbed the world's most dangerous infinity pool. For most of the year, the Zambezi River rushes over the edge. Only when the dry season arrives and the water flow calms does a natural rock wall emerge, forming a barrier that prevents tourists from being swept into the 100-meter abyss. Only during this short window does Devil's Pool open. But before you jump in, you need to know that Victoria Falls dumps 8,333 cubic meters of water per second. You can see the mist rising from 48 kilometers away. This means that once you step into the pool, the powerful water is still waiting to push you to the edge. If you are brave enough, you can lean over to look straight down at the roaring waterfall below. This experience is unique. Every peaceful moment hides deadly potential. However many tragedies have occurred. The most famous incident involved a brave guide who slipped and fell into the abyss while trying to save a tourist who had lost their footing. Nature is beautiful, but always carries unpredictable risks. If you are brave enough, Devil's Pool will be an unforgettable chapter in your life. But remember, one slip, and there is no way back. Number 6. Valley of Death, Russia. If the name Devil's Pool wasn't enough to turn you away, then visit the Valley of Death on the Kamchatka Peninsula in the Russian Far East. The name is not an exaggeration. Due to intense volcanic activity, this valley accumulates high concentrations of toxic gases like hydrogen sulfide, carbon dioxide, and sulfur. These gases form an invisible death trap near the ground. Any living creature, whether flying birds or running beasts that wanders in here, rarely escapes the grim reaper. It is rumored that over 80 people have disappeared here. In 1975, a fully equipped team of Soviet scientists entered to explore. The goal was to unravel the valley's mystery, but by the third day, members started collapsing from the toxic gas. By the 10th day, their gas masks began to fail, forcing them to flee in panic before completing the mission. Still, they brought back valuable samples. Since then, many other expedition and film crews have visited and described this place as a forbidden zone for life. The valley floor is covered with glittering yellow sulfur crystals, surrounded by strangely shaped volcanic rocks, with no trees, only scattered animal carcasses. The desolate scene looks like the surface of another planet. Currently, this place is not open to general tourists. If you really want to see it, you can only stand on a safe observation deck from a distance or take a helicopter ride over it. As long as the helicopter doesn't crash, everything will be fine. Number 5. Mount Hua Plank Walk, China. On the south peak of Mount Hua, there is a path for the bravest souls, the Changkong Plank Road. It is built on a vertical cliff face almost 90 degrees straight up. Beneath your feet are wooden planks only a few dozen centimeters wide, flanking a bottomless abyss, with the only support being iron chains hammered into the rock. Every step is a brush with death. This path is only about 200 meters long, but requires immense courage. It sits at an altitude of 2,160 meters. Looking down, you see clouds and mountain ranges. Breathtaking beauty intertwined with extreme fear. Legend has it that this path was built by He Jizhen, the first master of the Mount Hua sect during the Yuan dynasty. He used iron nails and wooden planks to create this path to find a quiet place for cultivation away from the mortal world. Today, although it has been reinforced, and tourists are required to wear safety harnesses, it remains an extremely dangerous path. There are sections with no wooden planks at all where you must place your feet into tiny holes carved in the rock. This extreme challenge has turned the plank road into a holy land for thrill seekers. Although there are no official statistics, rumors that hundreds of people die at Mount Hua every year still make people shudder. Number 4. Yungas Road, Bolivia. Located in South America, the Yungas Road connects the capital, La Paz, to the Yungas region of Bolivia, but the world knows it by another name, the Death Road. In 1995, the Inter-American Development Bank named it the world's most dangerous road. Even by 2006, it was estimated that 200 to 300 travelers died here annually. This road was built during the Chaco War. At that time, Bolivia used 2,000 Paraguayan prisoners to cut the path. With primitive technology, this 64-kilometer road was built at an altitude of 4,600 meters entirely by human hands. It is dangerous because it is extremely narrow, only 3 meters wide at its widest and 2 meters at its narrowest, mostly single lane. due to harsh weather guardrails would be blown away by the wind, so the road is completely exposed next to a 1,000-meter drop. On foggy days, visibility is near zero. If two vehicles meet, it is truly a dance on the razor's edge. In 1983, a bus plunged off the cliff, killing 100 people. However, the danger makes it attractive. The road features a continuous 64-kilometer downhill stretch, becoming a paradise for daring cyclists. But the price paid is high. 18 cyclists have plummeted into the abyss and died. If you just want to see the Amazon rainforest, it's best to take a tour with a professional driver because driving here yourself is tantamount to suicide. Number 3. Death Valley, USA. The name Death Valley appears again, but this time in the USA. The name itself sounds like something out of a Wild West movie full of mystery and death. Located between California and Nevada, this is the lowest, hottest, and driest place in North America. Badwater Basin sits 86 meters below sea level, while nearby Mount Whitney towers over 4,000 meters high. This terrain contrast creates a brutal climate. This place holds the record for the highest temperature on Earth, 56.7 degrees Celsius, and ground temperatures reaching 94 degrees Celsius, hot enough to fry an egg instantly. The name Death Valley comes from a group of 19th-century prospectors. They were trapped here enduring hunger and despair. When they luckily escaped, one man looked back and said, "Goodbye, Death Valley." This place is not only scorching hot, but also teeming with rattlesnakes, black widow spiders, and scorpions. Even the mice here carry the deadly hantavirus. If you plan to visit, bring plenty of water. According to park rangers, people die from heat stroke every year. The most famous case was in 1996, when a German family of 4 vanished without a trace. It wasn't until 2009 that their skeletal remains were found in the vast desert. Number 2. Lake Nyos, Cameroon. Hidden in northwest Cameroon, Lake Nyos looks like a beautiful, harmless lake surrounded by villages. But in Cameroon, the name Nyos makes people turn pale. Locals rumor that this lake eats people. Those who walk by the lake or swim often disappear mysteriously. This rumor stems from a tragedy in 1986. In the early morning of August 21, 1986, the surface of Lake Nyos suddenly shot up a column of water 120 meters high at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour. It turns out, this is a volcanic lake. Geological activity at the bottom released a massive amount of compressed CO2. This gas cloud, 50 meters thick, spread out over 25 kilometers. In the middle of the night, while villagers were sleeping, a strange smell hit them. In an instant, they felt weak, struggled to breathe, and then faded away forever. In just 30 minutes, over 2,000 people, and all livestock, birds, and insects in the area, suffocated to death. Lake Nyos has been recognized by Guinness World Records as the deadliest lake in the world. After the disaster, scientists installed degassing pipes to prevent gas accumulation, but the reputation of Nyos as the man-eating lake remains forever. Number 1. Mont Blanc, France/Italy. Mont Blanc, the white giant of the Alps, standing tall on the border of France and Italy. At 4,810 meters, it is the roof of Western Europe and a holy land for mountaineers. However, this beautiful white maiden is not gentle. She is a cold-blooded killer who has witnessed the final moments of countless brave souls. Statistics show that since humans first conquered this mountain in 1786, about 8,000 people have lost their lives here, falling into an eternal sleep in the cold embrace of snow and ice. The danger comes not only from the altitude causing breathlessness, but also from the unpredictable weather overcrowding and sudden rock falls. A sudden blizzard can push anyone into despair. Climbers must face glacier crevasses and wind gusts up to 95 kilometers per hour. Every step here is a dance with death. Even so, Mont Blanc remains a dream for millions. In summer, especially in August, the foot of the mountain is packed with people. They bring reverence and determination to conquer, but the mountain is also a harsh judge. Among the 30,000 people who attempt it each year, at least 100 never return. But it is here that you will hear languages from all over the world, witnessing people from different cultures aiming for the summit together. Every successful person leaves behind their own legend. Those were the 10 most dangerous tourist destinations on the planet. Which one impressed you the most? The deadly lake or the road of death? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. World's greatest updates daily. See you tomorrow.